You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa familia, it's your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new, bombastic episode of the Comic Crusaders podcast. Welcome your boy Al Mega. Today we're going to be lighting the fuse, baby, with a true indie powerhouse. I mean, this individual is the founder of Cherry Bomb Comics. He is also the brooding mind behind the Brooding Muse saga. All right, we're going to be diving into my man's journey, his rise from dreamer to publisher, and the emotional visual madness that is the Brooding Muse Book 1 and Book 2. So strap in, familia. It's about to get inspirational, hilarious, straight up legendary. All right, so let's get it popping with the one, the only, the big boss, legendary writer himself, Mr. Zack Slattery. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on and hanging out and talking about this dope book of yours, man. I'm telling you, I was digging it. I was in the middle of reading book 1. And, you know, coming from New York, you have a couple of things there I could definitely relate to. A couple of creatures and I'm like, oh my God, God forbid. I mean, they're almost getting that size out there. Hey, that's a conversation for as we get along. So thank you again, though, for hanging out. So let's start digging in, Zach, all right? What's the spark around the fire that made you want to create comics and then also launch Cherry Bomb Comics? You know, was it pure madness, pure genius, a mix of both?
So that's definitely a mix of both. You know, writing's always been a passion of mine, so I've just been wanting to finally, I guess, put that use to trying to get out as many unique stories as I can. And with both Cherry Bomb and the Brooding Muse, got the two birds with one stone, as they say.
Dig it. Cherry Bomb Comics, baby. That name, it just pops. The name alone feels like a rebel, yo. So what's the story behind the brand name and the vibe that you're trying to bring over here with it?
Well, we wanted to make something, pop, something memorable. And, well, you know, what better than a cherry bomb?
Have you ever exploded one yourself?
No.
I even had the pleasure. I'm from New York. I did a couple and got in massive trouble for doing so as a kid. Please don't give a Puerto Rican explosive. It's a horrible idea. All right, so before Cherry Bomb exploded, staying on the theme of explosions, right? So before Cherry Bomb exploded onto the scene, what was your journey like in the wild world of comics, or any, you know, were there any moments where you almost hung up the pencil or the keyboard, if you will?
Absolutely. There was definitely some moments that I almost stopped. You know, I mean, I've been going through, several moves. I've moved pretty much all over the country, trying to keep that spark going for the writing. And then with, with school and all that as well, I've got to kind of divert my attention away from it, but I always try and make sure to keep at least a foot as in the door in terms of the comics. I always want to make sure to keep that inspiration going, because I do have, I guess I do have like ADHD, so it's like, okay. It's very easy for me to immediately forget things pretty much instantly. So I always got to keep it going.
So is there anything that you do to kind of then remind yourself or keep yourself going?
Yeah. If I need to take a break, I definitely will take a break. Because if I don't take a break and I start kind of doing two things at once, I'm just kind of not really putting my all into it.
Yeah.
And it's not good to do that. So that's really the big thing, is if I need to take a break, I definitely take a break.
So every creator's got that one brooding muse, if you will, moment, right? So you know where the world kicks you, but you get back up even stronger. What was yours?
Mine was definitely, I mean, we've been trying to put this up together for years. This is something that's been trying to get together for a very long time. This is something I've worked on since, I want to say, end of high school.
Okay.
So this has been going on for a very long time, and we have had some ups and downs throughout the couple of years. But I always make sure to go through it because I want to see this through to the end.
I think it. So let's get into it. What exactly is the Brooding Muse book 1 about? Now, give us the elevator pitch. But like, if the elevator's falling and you only got 30 seconds.
All right. So the Brooding Muse book 1 is a massive like fantasy epic, pretty much. You've got it through several different, I wouldn't say genres, but more. You've got several different minor stories kind of mashing together all at once. We took a lot of inspiration from a couple different places. I think a big one would be Conan. Okay. Like all the fantasy elements, the swords, the monsters, all that. And we're just trying to bring together just like a massive interwoven story. Since I believe, if I'm correctly, I'll pull this up.
See, listen, with just the bit that I've read on book 1, I'd say, yeah, I'd go with the Conan, but I say Conan if he was in the world of Commandy.
Yeah,
with more madness. I was like, yo, listen, I'm telling you, folks, you know what creatures I'm talking about in New York. I don't want to even talk about that with the R word. And man, let me tell you, in this book, these things are effing terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Jersey originally.
Oh, so you understand. No wonder this guy's a young. I know these. I have experience, bro. I dig it. It is terrifying though. It's like you say that you worked on this in a long time. Was there a particular moment in that young life of yours where that sparked the idea and said, "Yeah, I want to kind of do this story"?
Yeah. It was definitely. I mean, I am a big fan of like Conan, and my dad is a big fan of Gamandi, and a lot of the older comics as well. So we were like, you kind of like floated the idea, like, hey, I mean, you write. Since at that moment, I was kind of some of the stuff in book 2 later on. It was originally not for the comic; it was for an actual book itself. That kind of I retroactively turned it into the comic.
Okay.
He was like, hey, you're a really good writer. Why don't you work on something for like a comic? They got some stuff there. You got some inspiration. I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. And then I did.
Nice. So, when he got to see book 1, what was the experience like for him?
Oh, he was proud.
Yeah, he's like, come on, as a comic book nerd, I'm pretty sure he would have.
He was shocked. He thought it was really good. I'm happy the way it turned out.
Well, yeah, listen, from what I'm reading, you already got me hooked. I can't wait, to get back into it after this. You know what I mean? Because again, you got me kind of fucked up. Thank God I'm not in New York anymore. All right, so book 2 is dropping right after book 1, of course. So you out here feeding fans like it's a buffet of horror. I dig it. So how do the 2 books connect with one another and also build with one another?
So book 2, I believe, it sets up. I had it pulled up for a second. Yeah, book 2 sets up some stories that finish up. That kind of like it starts a little bit towards the end of book 1, and then it starts. They can continue on in book 2, but book 2 also sets up other stories that are come out later down the line.
Oh, I dig it. All right. So did you always plan on doing it as a multi-part, epic like this?
Yeah. That was always the plan. Was it's not just going to be under like the Brooding Muse like title.
Yeah.
There's going to be other stuff too that's coming down the line, but it's all connected in the same big universe.
Oh, dude. So you mean we're gonna get some spin-offs off of this? Shit. So the cherry bomb universe, no pun intended, about to really pop and explode, baby. I dig it. So was that also the original intention, or did you find yourself wanting to do that as you wrote the book 1 and 2?
That was kind of the original intention. Again, when I pulled some of that stuff that was originally for the novels that I had originally, and then kind of retroactively turned that into what would be the Brooding Muse, I had some other novels, and I was like, hey, why not see if I can fit those into the Brooding Muse story, and I did.
Excellent, excellent. I'm digging. I'm digging it. So, who or what inspired it? The Brooding Muse character itself. Throughout the stories. Were there any real life muses that you want to shout out or blame?
I am not sure off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I was a character that was kind of a flash at the moment. Like, hey, let's go off of this. I just had kind of the vision in my head. I wasn't really thinking of anyone in particular. Okay. So I just kind of
it just popped in. I dig it. So your art direction and storytelling, how would you describe the visual and emotional style of the Brooding Muse? Is it gothic, gritty, glam rock, all of the above?
A mix. It's definitely a mixture of genres. Definitely got the gothic side. Definitely got the gritty side. I know a heavy inspiration that I wanted to draw from, in terms of like tone at the very least, was a lot of Junji Ito stuff, because I'm a big Junji Ito fan. So I wanted to, I wanted to draw some inspiration from his stuff as well.
Excellent. Because look at that cover, man. That's just sick. I love that font, man. Who did the lettering? Is that yourself, or you have someone who did this cover? Because I dig this. That font looks so sick.
Yeah, I had that written down as well, I think. 1 second.
And this looks badass. That artistry, dude, wow. And again, the fact that the book is black and white is another thing that I really do enjoy about it.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it that way for like an artistic, not intention, but that was definitely the vision originally, was to keep it in black and white.
It does. I mean, look how this thing looks. As I was reading through, book one, for example, it's like, thank God it's not in color, because there's so much detail. Because if you look at this, look at that face right there. A face only a mother could love. Holy shit. But I think that if it was in color, it would take away from it.
Yeah,
I honestly think it would. Yep. No disrespect to my colorists out there. No shade. But I'm just saying that certain books or certain styles it's not for it. This book is definitely not. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oof, fuck. I would be terrified. And I live in Mars. There might be a serial killer out here somewhere. Who knows if they look like this? Bro, so when you got this piece of art, man, how did you feel? Because I know this shit looks crazy, but it's definitely a slasher for the modern age, if you will.
Yeah, when I saw this one in particular, I was like, wow. I was impressed. I mean, I was like, geez.
I mean, look at this. This is things out of nightmares, bro. What the F, man? Is that really how sick your mind is? When you got this, you told them, no, make it worse. Look at that shit. Diablo. I dig it, man. All right, so so this is 2 volumes over here. It says the Brooding Muse Book 1 and Brooding Muse Book 2 arrive on Amazon Direct April 26th. Available for pre-order now. Today's the 25th. That means kiddos tomorrow. Or is it out now? Like, what? Or can they visit Brooding Muse and get some teasers? Like, talk about this. But they have a website right here. Look at this dope website. I mean, look at that face, yo. She is serious business. Talk to me about this character right here. Why is she so like yo, I'm gonna murder you, boy. Don't talk to me. It's scary.
Well, I can't really get into too much detail. I don't want to spoil anything, any big surprises that are coming on later. But let's just say she is going to go through a journey, a journey to get some revenge, maybe.
Yeah, man. The way that she looks and the style of this, very Grindhouse 70s too, I feel.
Yeah, we definitely pulled some from that as well.
I dig it. And look, folks, you can go fuel your imagination, grab a free PDF on the website that's right there, broodingmuse.com. We should have shown some love for Cherry Bomb Comics. I mean, you got this, showing some love. I mean, do you have that tattoo? Because that's exactly what that looks like.
I don't have that tattoo, unfortunately.
Are you going to get it? I like the teeth. The teeth idea is pretty fucking dope. I kind of like that a lot.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
You know what? All right. So these books, do you publish direct? Do you use crowdfunding? Like what's the platform behind your publishing?
Yeah, we publish this directly. We're not going to use any crowdfunding as far as I know, but it's going to be
Oh, nice.
I believe it's released through, I want to say Amazon is when it's coming out tomorrow.
Okay, great. All right, Beth. So it's like a print on demand service for the graphics.
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, and that's another thing that I'm talking about because again, they are graphics. Like you said, these are big ones, big books, nice, beautiful shelf corners. I like to call it. I mean, again, so did you always also want to do it as graphic novels intentionally, or were you planning on doing maybe individual issue releases, old school?
We dabbled with an individual release for a bit. It didn't end up working out, so we thought, hey, why not switch over to just one big, huge, like pretty much bundle all at once. So that's kind of what it morphed into what it is now.
Excellent. So is Brooding Muse Volume 1 already out, and is number 2 that comes up tomorrow, or are you dropping both at once?
I think number 1 should be coming tomorrow, assuming that everything goes well with the logistics and all that. And then I think the day after that should be 2, but
okay,
I'm gonna have to talk to some people about that and make sure it's actually going through right.
Excellent. Now, do you have any plans for maybe making appearances at Comic Con? So this is now dropping already. I mean, and the Comic Con season is in its early beginnings. Any plans to make appearances?
Nothing's set in stone right now. Possibly down the line. I got some other stuff I've got to take care of outside of the comic stuff first, but possibly.
Excellent. All right. So, as a publisher and creator, what's been your biggest holy shit? I cannot believe this is happening moment so far?
Definitely seeing the actual physical medium. It's definitely seeing that and being like holding it and was like, wow, this is actually happening.
Yeah, baby. Oh man, that must have been. I'm not a creator on that level. I cannot imagine that feeling of seeing something imprint with your name on it. After you're working on it for as long as you say you've been working on your baby. That's amazing. And what about that team building? Because again, you said you've been working on this for a while. How is it building a team? How was that journey like in building, to get that aesthetic that you wanted?
It was hard. It was kind of hard. We definitely went through a couple trial options. We kind of dabbled around with a couple other art styles as well before we ended up on this one. But going through it through the years, I got a really solid team now. So
excellent. And how did you find the team? What was your journey like in finding it? Was you using social media platforms, only like website platforms? How did you find them?
Definitely through website platforms, the occasional social media one as well. If we saw something we liked, kind of see if we can probably reach out to them. If not, figure out what to do from there. But it's definitely through like the websites mostly.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, so we all got scars from the grind, baby. That's for sure. So, what's one lesson you learned the hard way in launching Cherry Bomb Comics and this project in particular?
Definitely one thing that I learned would have to be, best way to put this.
He's trying to be very nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the words. They're up there. They're just not kind of forming. It's definitely. There's always going to be failure. There's always going to be stuff that's going to be set you back, but you just gotta push through it what you can. If you need to lose some stuff, you just gotta lose it.
That must suck. I kind of see where you're kind of alluding to here, and yeah, that must not be a good ass feeling. And I would definitely be beating some ass. I'm not good for that shit. I don't got no patience. Okay, that's what it means because you're balancing creativity with the business side.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, what's your secret sauce though to keeping the passion though without burning out and getting buried under those type of situations and whatnot?
It's definitely the again, the breaks when you need to. You don't want to try and push yourself to go through and just keep pushing over and over and over again, because you will get burnt out. Burnt myself out a couple times on other things before I moved on to working on the Brooding Muse, and that's because most of the time that happened because I kept trying to push myself over and over again.
Okay, so all right, so what was it about the Brooding Muse? I said, besides you taking your breaks, but is there something that you find a piece when you write that maybe allows you to kind of deal with the ADHD a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely. It's easy to pick up and put down whenever I can.
Okay.
So it's just if I need to put it down, I can put it down and just immediately pick right back up, because I do have like my notes on the side before I put them into the final one. Because often, in fact, a good chunk of the ideas that were in the Brooding Muse just kind of popped into my head one day while I'm like walking down the street and like, hey, add that.
So it's just a note, mental notes or paper notes. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you wake up like Jerry Seinfeld at night, write a note, and then the next morning you're like, "What the fuck did I just write?"
Yep. I've had that happen a couple times.
I would be so pissed. What the fuck? I would be trying to figure it out. It was so bad. All right. So looking at the future, kiddo, where do we see Cherry Bomb Comics headed? Expanding the universe, crossovers, merchandise, and Hot Topic. I mean, what are we doing?
Well, I can definitely see at least some of that. Definitely the spin-offs is for sure. That's set in stone. That is definitely set in stone.
Yeah.
Possibly the merch. We're gonna try and look into some stuff for that when we can. It'll depend.
Hey, you gotta get it done, kid. I mean, with that artistry, let me pop this back. I mean, I want to see a T-shirt with this.
Oh yeah,
that would be fire.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah, bro! I gotta see that, and then I gotta see you get the tattoo. Once you sell like 100,000 copies, that's what you gotta tell people. If we sell 100,000 copies, I'll get this live tattooed on air. There you go. He's like, Zack is like, shut the fuck up! I'm not doing that shit. All right, so for the fans and future creators tuning in, what's one piece of advice that you tattoo on your arm, no pun intended, or your heart?
There's going to be setbacks in pretty much anything. There's going to be setbacks, but you just got to push through. You just got to keep going. Don't give up. That's the biggest advice I've learned throughout the years. Just keep going. If you're really passionate about it, just keep it going.
Perseverance is key to success, folks. Perseverance, consistency, as I've been hearing, take those breaks. And I get that because I do that lately, and it just allows me to do a better product when I'm able to take a breather, clear out, not feel that, stressful, draining energy, because it is draining. That's what people don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like when you're stuck, you feel like you've just worked out because you're like pushing against something that it really tires you out mentally.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that sometimes that mental drain is even worse than a physical drain.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It sucks.
Yeah, for real. All right, Zach, talk to me here. This is the final battle, brother. The final battle. Convince a first-time reader in 10 words or less why they need the Brooding Muse in their life. Are you ready?
Let me think about this.
I be fucking people up with these. Like, wait a minute, you catching me off guard, son? Stop it.
10 words or less, huh?
Or just tell them why they got to read the Brooding Muse. Come on now. Why do they got to read? Why do we need this shelf porn? Why do I need this on my shelf? I mean, I definitely got the space. I need sexy, thick-ass books like that with 200 pages, folks, of art, of story. Fuck yeah, bro. Horror.
Come for the art and stay for the story.
Oh, yeah. Because the art is fire, folks.
Oh, yeah.
I already showed you a little tease. Let me do it one more time before we go. One more time. Let me add this back to the stage, right? I mean, look at that, yo. Look at that. Oh, wow. Bro, fucking fire. I mean, look at this artistry here, son. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that face when your mommy could love. right? Even that one, I don't even know what the hell that is. It's fucking freaky, Jesus Christ. I love it though. This is the type of stuff we need. Hey, folks, you want to get access to it? Check out the Cherry Bomb Comics website, broodingmuse.com. It's in the show notes below as well. Make it easy to click away. The book is dropping April 26th. That's the weekend, so you could wake up, that morning, Saturday morning, because you just got your tax return, you just got paid. No bullshit. You want to be something fire and be entertained. Because again, it's getting nice out there. This is beautiful reading for you to sit back on your porch, get your favorite drink or smoke, and definitely pick up the Brooding Muse because the book is fire. It is gorgeous, made by an amazing and great team. So, dude, I appreciate your time today, hanging out with me, talking Brooding Muse, talking about perseverance and pushing through. Because again, it really is what it takes. That is the world of indie comics. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, this really is the last question here because again, you are a publisher and you're saying you're expanding the universe. If there are any creators out there, writers or artists, maybe interested in participating in Cherry Bomb Comics, are you open to that? And if so, is there a place for them to be able to submit to you?
Yeah, I think we have something on the website about that. Let me see.
Okay, let me see myself over here as well. So the About Us. Go to the main. You gotta help me navigate this one. Yeah, I see your support at Brooding Muse. That's what I see. I don't see anything on the submission site. Do I yet? Let me see. Yeah, we gotta do it. I see you have an Instagram and a Facebook. Awaken the Muse. You're gonna awaken, and there's a field. Okay, you gotta put in your email address. You'll get access to a PDF, and then
yeah.
Is the support email good to use if somebody wants to maybe send you something, a business inquiry, like it says?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a thing at the bottom on the contact tab. It says for the business inquiries.
Yeah,
excellent. Like it's going to be through that email.
So support at broodingmuse.com, mi gente. If you're interested in maybe submitting something, a story, an idea, or trying to learn more about the expanding Brooding Muse universe. Because again, Cherry Bomb is about to explode, baby. Yet another wonderful indie publisher on the scene. Exactly what we need in the world of wonderful comic books. And with that, we have to thank you for you guys that were tuning in. I see y'all. I say nothing per usual, being shy. Wish y'all want, because we got amazing creators that come on through here whose brain you could pick. All right. So make sure that next time you guys ask me questions, again, the link again is broodingmuse.com. Please check it out. The keyword right there, Cherry Bomb Comics, baby. Right. So this is Almega, Zack Slattery, baby. Hasta la próxima. You know what it is. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.